waiting for a couple of people to come on. And also I've noticed that if I pause before I start talking, then it actually translates once it actually uploads, because when I talk first thing when it says live, then generally it cuts off what I say and it uploads and I'm like, what the hell happened? Anyhow, my purpose to coming on is because I'm making good on a promise that I had made about a week ago, actually almost a year ago. So if you haven't known, I'm one of those wacky people that plan a bunch of events and do all different kinds of stuff. And we have, hey, Kim, how are you? Hey, how are you doing? 394 questions. So I'm making good on a promise that I had started about a year ago. Hey, Debbie, how are you doing today? I know live 2 times in a day is a thing. I have to go to work here shortly, but I have about 30 minutes or so, and I wanted to talk a little bit more. I had promised to give you some details in regarding a 2022 Alaska Witchy Cruise. And there's also going to be a meet and greet on the front end of that. So I am talking, let's back up. So Bear and I had planned an Alaskan cruise for our 20th anniversary, and that happened in 2020. So 20 years in 2020 was a thing, blah, blah, blah. So it ended up being, actually it was 2021. And it was supposed to have happened this last May, but the whole cruise industry with COVID and everything was kind of like shut down, and we had gotten rebooked for 2022. So May 10th through May 17th on Carnival Cruise Line, going out of Seattle and returning to Seattle, is now open. And I have just checked, there are still plenty of rooms available. And some people are a little nervous. They're like, travel on a cruise ship with COVID. Understand this, that with all of the new parameters that are set in place currently, with COVID, this is probably your safest bet. This is probably your very safest bet to go on a cruise. Not only are you living in the wrong country, come on over, Ryder, come on over. But this is probably your safest bet, safest time to travel, because there's so many different processes put in place now in order to keep everybody safe. So I want to encourage everybody to do that. So I'm opening the 7-day Alaskan cruise as a witchy meet and greet, or as a another witchy cruise. So this is May 10th through May 17th, going out of Seattle and going to all of these wonderful places. We start in Seattle, and then I'm looking at the itinerary right now. And I will put a link in the description box after this upload so that you guys can find it immediately. But you can go onto carnival.com and you can search cruises out of Alaska. I see that there are 86 people right now looking at this cruise. You would be on the Carnival Freedom to Alaska. Okay, Freedom, the Carnival Freedom, day 1, Seattle, we depart at 4 o'clock. Day 2, we have fun at sea. And if you haven't seen any of the videos, I'm a lot of fun at sea. Day 3, we get to see the Tracy Arm Fjord, where that whole glacier goes into the fjord. It's a gorgeous thing. I'm super excited about that. And then I'm probably going to say this wrong, and my friends in Alaska are going to be like, what is wrong with this person? Day 4 is Skagway. Skagway, it's Skagway. You arrive at 7, depart at 8. So that is like pretty awesome. That's a nice full day there, and some really awesome things that you can do there. Day 5 is Juneau. Day 6 is Ketchikan. Day 7 is Victoria, BC, which is actually not that far from my home right now. I am on one of those islands, and it's not that far. It's probably, I don't know, maybe an hour or two to Victoria, maybe a little longer. And then day 8, you come back to Seattle at 7 a.m. So really, it's only full 7 days of fun, but that is a thing. And the date for this again is May 10th, 2022 to May 17th, 2022. It's a Tuesday to a Tuesday. So you can jump on carnival.com. You're looking for that date, May 10th through the 17th, 2022, Alaska from Seattle to Seattle, and you're looking for the Carnival Freedom. Those are the things. Those are the things to say. So, people are asking me a lot of questions about this one, and why I wanted to share it or whatever, because Bear and I have already done we've already done our anniversary. So we're excited to bring on more of these events because we've been asked to do them, and it's a whole lot of fun. So I hope that you guys will come along on that. And if you're interested in the cruise section of it, there's probably, I'm thinking of building, instead of all of the Facebook groups, because a lot of people are moving away from Facebook, I'm thinking of creating a Discord where all of these different events are there so that we could share some information, because it's just getting a little bit crazy with all of the different groups. And that way people can jump on my Discord and then they can see all the different events that I have available. But if you're interested in booking this cruise, I would ask for you to do it pretty soon. Carnival has some pretty amazing plans. This is averaging about $650 a person for this cruise, which is absolutely phenomenal for this type of cruise. A 7-day cruise is generally $800-900 and up. So this is averaging about $659 per person. There's going to be port fees and taxes. You can pay your gratuities up front. You can do all of these things. But Carnival has 2 different ways of paying, and this is pretty awesome. So instead of you having to fork over your money, if you have a fancy credit card that you can put it on, then go ahead and do it. But they have a wonderful payment plan of you can put down a deposit of a certain. Oh, really cool. Yay, Lynn. We did it out there at the same time, like mines. So you can put down a deposit, which is a percentage of the cruise, and then you have to pay for it by, I think, 2 months before your travel. So I think that's a thing. Or you can also do a monthly payment plan. I and Bear like the payment plan because I know that it's being taken care of. I put it on one credit card. I know that credit card is only for travel, and I just pay it off as I go. And I just hit my elbow, ow, because I got excited. Ow. Anyhow, so then I just pay it off as I go. And so that I know that I think my payment for the New Orleans cruise is like somewhere like around $60 a month that I'm paying for, and it's going to be paid off well before we even take that cruise. So there's that. So if you're interested, you can jump on carnival.com and start looking at some of the information that they have available for you. You do not book through me, but you do book through Carnival, and then you're going to let me know that you're coming along, because before that happens, we are all we're going to be meeting at one of the Mcmenamins, and I've made comments about this. Mcmenamins is a chain of hotels, pubs, coffee roasters, wineries, breweries, all of these things, but they're just so super cool. And if you've not seen any of the Mcmenamins before, you're welcome to go over to my other YouTube channel, The Pirate and AYE. I'll be okay. AYE, where Bear and I do a lot of reviews on some of the places that we go. And during COVID, we jumped on the Mcmenamins Passport program, where you go to all 62 different locations and get a passport stamp for each one of these things and experience food and find friends. I found some most amazing friends here in Washington and in Oregon, just through the Mcmenamins group, and we just have had a lot of fun. So Elks Temple is in Tacoma, so it's fairly close to SeaTac. Not tremendously close, but it's definitely a Lyft or an Uber away, or you can get a shuttle over there and all that other stuff. Elks Temple. So Elks Temple is 7 stories of fun. Absolutely awesome 7 stories of fun. And it is 7 stories of pubs, secret like passages. There's a bar, there's a secret bar in one of the secret hallways, and you've got to push on walls. It is like a scavenger hunt for adults. It's so amazing. So we are going to stay there the night before the cruise, and we're also going to have a bit of like a mini meet and greet. So those people that aren't cruising with us can come along to the Tacoma thing, meet us there. We're going to have appetizers and drinks and, just fellowship with each other and have a good time the night before the cruise. So you can join just that portion, or you can also be one of those cruise passengers that stays there the night before. We all get a shuttle that goes on, takes us over to the cruise terminal, and then we're golden, and then we jump on board. And it should be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Mcmenamins is so much fun. So much fun. It's owned by a couple of deadheads, two Mcmenamin brothers, and they're Scottish. They got thrown out of every pub, and so they decided they were going to build their own. They take historical sites and they change them over. I call them Mcmenamizing them because it's like a verb. It's crazy. There's painted murals and artwork everywhere. It's very witchy inclined, very, very witchy inclined. In fact, one of their mascots is called Ruby the Witch, and she's lovely. And so many things. How long is the cruise? It is a 7-day cruise, and it comes out of Seattle. So if those people that are flying in can fly straight on into SeaTac, stay at Mcmenamins the night before, and then you can jump on the cruise ship the next day and then fly straight out. So you're not having to jump around to too many different locations or places, and it's all sort of like local. So that would be a really cool thing for a lot of people. So 7 days, and I can go over it again. This would be on the Carnival Freedom. So you can go jump on carnival.com right now, look up 7-day Alaska cruise. Your date is May 9th, 2022 to May 17th, 2022. It is a Tuesday to a Tuesday, but that Monday, West, you belong to the West Coast. Literally, it's your name. It's true. West, it's true. So let me read for you the itinerary again. Day 1, you jump on board the Carnival Freedom and out of Seattle. So Seattle, we depart at 4 p.m. Day 2, we have fun at sea. Day 3, we cruise the Tracy Arm Fjord. So that's where the big glacier is coming into the bay there, and you get to watch the ice come off and all that other stuff. The cruise ship is a safe distance, but it's supposed to be an amazing sight to behold. Oh, Noah, could you imagine the Serenity deck with a glacier in the background? Hello. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Day 4 is Skagway. Day 5 is Juneau. Day 6 is Ketchikan. And day 7 is Victoria, BC. And then we come back at 7 a.m. On day 8, which is that next Tuesday. And then, we have a lot of fun. But before you jump on the cruise ship, on May 9th, we will be staying at the Elks Temple Mcmenamins property. It's just absolutely stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. On the bottom, there is something called the Old Hangout, and there's like a big waterfall and massive pond, and it looks like this great big huge tiki bar, and they have their own menu and all that kind of stuff. Then there's the Spanish ballroom and the Spanish bar. Then there is, there's the vault, which is the secret bar in a secret hall that you have to find. Then there's, oh my God. Then there's the main dining room, which is delicious. Probably the best eggs Benedict I've ever had in my life. Amazing. So they took this Elks Temple, all right, from the 1900s. This temple had been totally dilapidated. And it just totally needed to be reformed. In the 80s, it was taken over. It was originally an Elks Temple, an Elks Lodge that Elks members would go to and have all kinds of fun. I don't know what they did. But then there is a bunch of drag queens took it over in the 80s. And so when you're going through the hallways and the stairwells of any Mcmenamins property, they memorialize the people that spent time there. So you're going to see big, huge, I don't know, massive photos of drag queens performance in the Spanish ballroom. And then you're going to see elks, helping their community and all this other stuff. It is fantastic. If you can't come on the cruise, you're going to want to be at this witchy meet and greet. It's only going to be a couple of hours, but I'm going to sweeten the pot even more. So those that are coming to the cruise, after you book, you let me know. I'm going to probably set up some sort of Discord or some sort of organizational something so that we can all keep track of this and talk about this. However, those that are coming on the cruise and those that are wanting to meet and stay that night at Elks Temple, I'm going to pay for your room. Yes, you just heard me say that. I am going to pay for your room for one couple, one room, not everybody's room. Don't get carried away. I'm not rich, but I am going to cover one person's room. We were at the end of our little meet and greet. We're going to pull those people that have come that day, and we are going to put our names in a hat, in a little witchy hat, and we're going to have somebody, not me, not Bear, we're going to have somebody reach into the hat, pull out a name, and that person, I'm going to walk right on over to the front desk and I'm going to pay for your room. So that's going to be a thing. So please come, please come. You've got an entire year. It's going to be, well, not an entire year, a little less than a year, but it's a good time, and it's going to be enough time for you to get on a payment plan and do all this other stuff. Yes, you just book through Carnival. So you're going to book through carnival.com. Go on to Carnival. You're looking for a couple of things. You're looking for a 7-day Alaska cruise when you're doing the search. It's out of Seattle, and it's May 10th through May 17th, and it's the Carnival Freedom. Those are the things you need to know. It's averaging about $650 per person. That's one room. You have 2 people in a room, so it's $650 for them, and I just flipped you off, I didn't mean to. $650 for the other person, so you're looking at collectively a little over about $1,300 per room, and that way you can get that going. So you would book through them. And then I will start setting up all of the rest of the goodies and all that other stuff in probably a Discord is what I'm thinking of. So look for that in the next week or two. I'm off tomorrow. I have to go back to work here now in a couple of minutes and all that stuff. Is it all inclusive? That's a really good question. It is not all inclusive, but here's what you get when you do. And there's even look, I'm even looking, there's even a little shack. There's a shack here at the bottom. See him? And he says, what's included? Let's look what's included. Ooh, and somehow I've messed up my mouse. Hold up. What's included? What's included? Onboard activities, your food and drink, alcoholic beverages are extra. Coffee specialty drinks are often extra. Your stateroom amenities, youth programs are also included. Let's see. So you've got all of these fabulous shows. You've got food everywhere. You can eat at the Lido deck. You can eat in the dining room. You can do all of these things. Before you book, and I want to make something clear, because this is something that some people feel really strong about, but some people don't feel strong about. I am happy to give you our information. We are Bear's real name is David and Yvonne O'Riley, and I can give you our room number so that way you can book in a similar location if you want to eat dinner with us. Now, we like to eat in the dining room. We like to eat in the dining room because there are very hardworking individuals that will sit there and they will learn exactly what you want. They know that you want a Diet Coke, or they know that you're going to want all the cheeses for dessert. I'm a rat. Anyhow, all of these things, but they work very hard, and then you're not worried. You've got a main waiter, assistant waiter, and then you have a busser, and they're all assigned to your distinct table. You know, you're going to go there every single night and have delicious food. They have lots of different options, although I learned the hard way that there aren't very many vegan options, but I think that they have changed some of their menus just to make sure if you are a vegan, you may want to bring a little snack or some other stuff around there. I'm not so sure. I'm not Carnival, and I'm not creating the menus, but I do believe that there's been lots of people that had talked about that, so that vegan is, I think, a new option for a lot of people. What was I saying? Oh, so the dining room. Bear and I prefer not to eat up on the buffets because we just don't know. Yes, kids are allowed in the dining room. Absolutely, Fluff Bunny. And hello, nice to see you. Do you need a passport? Generally on Carnival, you don't need a passport, especially if you're going outside of the US, just as we are, because we're really continuing on to the US, and then you've got Victoria, BC. Generally, if you have an extended driver's license or an enhanced driver's license, or if you're traveling with your birth certificate and your social security card, that's generally what you need. You can get on the horn with carnival.com and find that out for sure. I have a passport and I have to renew mine here soon, so I'm probably just going to go for it. But I do believe that the last time that we traveled to Mexico, that they just let us there were several people who didn't have passports, and they were able to have their birth certificate with them and their driver's license, and I think that's all that they required of them. So that's the thing. Yes, kids are allowed in the dining room. You'll see lots of kids around. However, kids have so much fun in the kids club that you probably won't see them for a week. I'm telling you. Our kids still talk to the friends that they met on their very first cruise when they were in junior high and grade school. They still talk to them this day. They had such a wonderful experience. So kids have a great time. I've got to go because I hear Bear just rolled up, and he is my ride to work right now because we have another meeting that I have to go do for work. But I will put the link in the description box below, and I will be happy to share our information in regards to room number and all that other stuff. And that way you guys know who you're traveling with. And once you book your room, understand if you're new to cruising, if I had to look, okay, so here's the ship, right? I know it's my phone case. Here's the ship, right? It's this tall and it's this long, right? For those that are new to cruising, you want to book in the middle of the ship. You want to be low and you want to be in the middle. You don't want to be too forward and you don't want to be too back, and you don't want to be too high because there's a sway that could happen. I've not been in these Alaskan waters yet, but there's a sway that could happen. If you're at the middle of the ship where this little flower is, or even below, then it makes your life a whole lot better. I'm talking to people live about the cruise. And this is my ship. How do you feel? Like if you're over here in the middle, you won't have so much sway or any of that other stuff. So that is a thing. Do you happen to know the room number in which we have? Can you look that up real quick while I'm on with them? And I can answer any other questions that anybody has as they pop up. And Bear is looking for our room number. We are David and Yvonne O'Riley. If you want to be in our group, I believe we're in the middle of the ship as well, right?
I have to verify.
He's verified.
Handicaps are in specific areas.
Yeah, we got one of the last handicap rooms available on this ship. But I do know that there's... Hi, Alec. How are you doing, sweet pea? I love you. So yeah, there's... Oh my gosh, there's so much fun. There's so much fun to be had. What I really, really love about cruising is that when... Abby girl! Hi, Abby cat. My sweet little Abby cat. I miss you. So when you cruise, what's really, really awesome is that everybody can plug in however they want to. You need private time. You need alone time. Is it just a little bit too too much excitement, you're always welcome to go back to your room and relax and chill. We're going to have a very light itinerary. I'm sure that there's going to be somebody up on deck, with tarot cards or oracle cards, pulling cards for one another. We have talked about spells at sea. It never really happens because we're drunk. Right, Noah? Right? That's a thing. Noah was in charge of a spell at sea, and we were so blitzed that would never happened. That's a thing. Did you find it, babe? I think he's still looking. What was that? Un momento, he says. Un momento. He's looking. If this Poseidon lover is going, will there... there will be something going on. Good. Then you're in charge of spell at sea. Somebody's in charge of spell at sea. I generally put together a little swag bag for those people that are coming along on these trips. Usually a travel journal is in there and some other little goodies, and those types of things. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with this. Did you find it?
1 minute.
He's still looking. He's still looking. We can do, let's see, I can do spells at sea because I don't drink. Okay, good. Okay, good. When I was talking about the Serenity deck, Carnival has this wonderful thing called the Serenity deck. We are talking about Alaska. Yes, we're talking. Yes, Bear's like, see, we're so bougie. We have 2 cruises right now in the back. We've already paid for this Alaska cruise. We already finished our payments, and now we're paying on our New Orleans cruise. So he's looking that up. But the Serenity deck is a wonderful place where you can go and it's kid free. So if you're needing a little peace and quiet, you can go up there and there's like a special bar. There's big fancy chairs for you to sit in. You can get a little sun. I don't know how much sun you're going to get on an Alaska cruise, but still. I have a very fond memory of me, Noah, and Snow drinking pitchers on the Serenity deck to try and get them down. And then Snow said no, she wasn't going to drink anymore, and she took off on us. That was so much fun. If you want to see any of those shenanigans, you are welcome to go back to my channel and you can see like a whole compilation of cruise fun. And then Noah did a great vlog of all of the cruise. He's got me drunker than a skunk. I was so drunk and I was just having the best time of my life. Like, I am obnoxious. I had drank way too much. This will not be happening this time again. I'm like, when Noah says, hey, we've got to go to the Red Frog pub because they're having a special, you just make sure that you drink plenty of water, have Gatorade at the side. It was rough, but we made it. It was so much fun. So much fun. Just all my kids will judge you. Yeah, you probably will. They will think less of me. That's the thing. Oh my gosh. This would be better when taking, oh, sorry, I missed that one. Let's see. This would be better. Kim says, this would be better when taking the ferry and fishing boat. I worked up going through Alaska. Well, you know, what you can do. So, okay, that's just the cruise. Also, what's extra is excursions. So you can just jump on the port and do your other stuff. But as it gets closer to the cruise, you can go on carnival.com and start paying your gratuities. You can do sorry, there's something in the air over here. And I'm just very itchy nose. Anyhow, you can start figuring out what excursions you're going on. So when I do start the Discord in regards to this particular event, I'm gonna, get with certain people that are going and say, hey, what do you guys want to do? We can all, jump in on, here's an excursion where it's going to take you on a shopping trip around Juneau, and it'll take us here, here, and here. Or if there's a tram that goes all the way up, in Juneau, and I really want to see that so I can see the view and all that other stuff would be cool. Those are little extra add-ons that you can do. You can always jump off the ship and go to the cruise port, and where we're going in Alaska is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's not like they're dropping you off in downtown Jamaica. And let me just tell you, Montego Bay in Jamaica is a very scary place if you are a white person. I'm telling you now, or if you're a tourist at all, it's not safe. It really isn't. But Alaska, things are a little bit different. Finding stuff?
I keep finding New Orleans. I'm looking.
Okay. We're still looking. We're still looking. Any other questions I can answer?
I think this is it.
You think you found it?
Maybe.
Okay. I see Cuddles.
4J. It's room 1002.
We are, what is it?
4J 1002.
4J 1002 is our room number. 4J 1002. Can I see it so I can put my eyes on it? 4J. So we're cabin 4J 1002. Do you have to tell us what deck it is? I know that when I was looking, there's a lot of Riviera and Maine rooms available on those decks, which is actually nice and low. So for first-time cruisers, those are good rooms. If you want a balcony, you pay a little extra. If you want a suite, of course, you're going to pay a little extra. These are just interior rooms. And Bear and I have found that although a balcony is nice, I don't think...
Carnival Freedom.
I have it open here if you want to see it. No?
I'm just looking for the cabin.
I don't know what he's doing. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, we don't spend very much time in the room because you're always running around doing all kinds of stuff. You're there to sleep, you're there to shower, you're there to change clothes. That's what happens. So with the balcony, it might be a little bit more. It's nice to see the sights. I would imagine, especially on Alaska cruise, you're going to see some delicious scenery, absolute delicious scenery. Also, packing for said cruise, you want to have packing in layers. You're going to be dressing in layers because you're going to go in, you're going to go out, you're going to go in, you're going to go out. The doors open, your hair goes like that's a thing. So you may want a scarf. You may want these things. They have lots of shops on there. If you're interested in duty-free shopping, that is a place to get some stuff. Really nice place to get some stuff. Hey, Honey Owlet Moon is in Alaska, and we are talking about Alaska cruise right now, my friend. Now, this doesn't, I'm not exactly sure how far away you are from any of this stuff. You might just meet us in one of the ports. Who knows? Who knows? Or you may want to come along to Alaska. So that was us. We are David and Yvonne O'Riley, or Bear and Raven. But if you're wanting to book, you can book through carnival.com, and then you would let them know that you're traveling with the O'Reillys in 4J 1002 is our room, and David and Yvonne O'Riley. And that way they will link us up with the same, there's 2 different dining rooms. It's not a requirement at all. Not at all. You don't have to. But if you want to eat with us and you want to get dressed up every night and come to dinner and do all that other stuff, then you're welcome to do so. So that's the thing. All right. We've got to get going to work now. And I hope that you guys have asked who Alec just asked who the O'Reillys are. Kid, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, kid. That's your Uncle Bear and your Aunt Raven. That's who that is. All right, I am leaving. I've got to now go do work, which is not fun, but I'm gotta go and be on the lookout. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more Facebook groups for this. I can put one up very quickly, or I can just run a Discord and figure that out. It's just, I'm new to Discord. I'm an old woman, and I just don't like the way Discord is laid out, and I don't understand it. So it might be a little hard for me. We shall see. Okay, we shall see. But that's what you're looking for. Witchy Cruise, Alaska 2022. May 10th through May 17th. Carnival Freedom out of Seattle, going back to Seattle. Then there's Meet and Greet Tacoma. That's at the Mcmenamins. That's at the Mcmenamins Elks Temple, and there will be a appetizers and meeting and all that other stuff, and one lucky person will have their room paid for the night. So I hope that you guys come along, and we'll see you soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.